D&D Edition 3.5 Disciple of the Word. At 5th level, not only can you get in and out of dangerous spots, you can also more effectively escape harmful area effects. Upon reaching 9th level, you can rest assured that you will rarely be subject to a spell you don't want to affect you. You probably started down the path of the disciple of the Word after first being exposed to the power of true speech, either in the presence of a true namer or another disciple of the Word. Another disciple of the Word might have recognized your agility and combat skills and told you there was a way to deny the dangers posed by reality. You sought out the monks of the Order of the Word and unlearned all your previous training, for once you saw their techniques in practice, you had to find the key to unlocking those abilities yourself. Long hours of study and training finally paid off, and you are constantly amazed at how easily you can shape a battle to your own end now that you know the secrets of true naming. Though you are required to spend all your days at the monastery, you often retreat there for further. Although you are not required to spend all your days at the monastery, you often retreat there for further training and education. Then again, you might remain at a monastery for years, only emerging when you feel a call to explore or adventure, to advance the perfect forms through intervention when the forces of entropy assert themselves. As you continue to awaken your true form, you have many opportunities to develop your fighting skills. Spend skill points on movement skills such as climb, jump, and tumble. It's a good idea to invest in feats that work well with your class ability. So be sure to pick up feats such as deflect arrows, run, and spring attack. Though you might wander far from your teachers in school, you can always return. For you, it is a safe haven, a place to heal or hide. The Order of the Word provides free food, lodging, and basic supplies to all its members. They maintain friendly relations with local clerics and Zokin, who always have a shrine dedicated to the demigod within the monastery's walls. Disciplines gain access to free healing from those clerics as well. Though we walk different roads, the paths converge at the same end. Utad, first of Zukin. A disciple of the Word combines true naming and martial arts, representing the pinnacle of what a person can achieve by devoting herself to reaching her true form. Disciplines can appear in any campaign, originating in small shrines in mountain areas or well-defended and enormous martial arts schools taught by ancient masters. As important as it is for disciples to focus on their personal training, they do so by following the principles of self-discipline and mental prowess, as scribed in the sacred scroll of Akahuza. Each day, disciples speak the Holy Sutra to help order their minds. A disciple first speaks their true name and soul first speaks their true name, followed by an invocation of the self, calling for the blessing of Zokin to strengthen the body and the soul, while asking for the strength of mind to see beyond the illusion that is reality. Many disciples leave their monasteries to explore the world and derive a deeper understanding of their place within it. A few, however, found schools of their own where they instruct students in keeping the word of Akahuza and the principles of Zokin alive. As a sensei, a disciple must select viable candidates through careful testing to see if they have the dedication to succeed in the Akahuza style, while also looking for those with at least some fundamental understanding of true speech. The first students trained become instructors and administrators, teaching new students in managing the monastery's resources. 3 centuries ago, Akahuza, a monk and student of Zokin's teachings, was dissatisfied with the path of war advanced by the fist of Zokin. Akahuza believed there was another way to master self-discipline. He traveled to different schools all over the land, studying with the tattooed monks, drunken masters, void disciples, and dozens of other schools, but each left him dissatisfied. So he wandered farther, listening to the words of the wind and the pulse of the earth, following the flow of the clouds until he came upon a shrine deep within a rainforest. There he found an old man living alone who did nothing except stare at a single rune carved in the wall. The man did not speak, but he did not rebuff Akuza's help either. The 2 men lived in silence. The elder studied the sigil. The younger studied the elder. Weeks turned into months, and months turned into years, and still the old man never spoke. Finally, Akahuza, in his perplexity, made ready to leave, gathering what supplies he had, thinking his time was wasted. As he turned to go through the shrine's gates, there stood the old man. Though how he came to be there, Akahuza could not say. Bowing deeply to the elder, the wanderer tried to move past him, but the elder, faster than seemed possible, intercepted him. 2 more attempts, and the master blocked him. Then the old man spoke a single word, and everything bent around them, as if the world folded in on itself. Akahuza knew then he had found what he sought. 30 years later, Akahuza returned to his homeland and founded the Order of the Word. As his followers built the school around him, he pennied the essential principles of the art, writing just 1 character each day. When the school was complete, so was Akuza's writing, and with the final character written, he died. Over the next 200 years, Over the next 200 years, the order of the Word grew around the teachings set out in the sacred scroll and the knowledge contained inside, resulting in the first disciples of the Word. The modern order of the Word retains the original structure first set out by Akahuza, but all those years ago. At a monastery, a master guides his favored pupils, who in turn instruct the students. Though many disciples wander the world in search of themselves and their place, many more are content to stay on with their comrades and learn the greater mystery of their path. No single overarching master governs the order of the Word. Rather, several masters care for their particular schools. Since this is a group built on the idea of peace and self-improvement, it has little room for rivalry or tensions between the schools. Occasionally, one monastery hosts a tournament, and these exciting events draw disciples from all over the world, and in some cases from across the plains. Students compete to demonstrate their mastery of Akahuza's teachings, and the contest ends when the top 3 students remain. These champions are immediately elevated to master status and given the funds to found their own monasteries. Even though disciples pursued a different path from that walked by other followers of the Zokin, they still pay homage to the god and enjoy his blessings. Clerics and monks of Zokin are always friendly or even helpful to disciples. Other monks look upon disciples as strange and unusual, but their suspicions rarely worsen their attitudes below indifferent. Disciples are a peaceful group, so they have few enemies. Still, some creatures oppose peace and see those who embrace that path as a threat to their goals. Evil monks are always unfriendly, if not hostile. Chaotic characters share the same suspicions, especially barbarians who thrive on anarchy. These individuals are often unfriendly or worse, attempting to destroy that which they cannot understand. Disciples of the Word can be featured in any campaign. A mysterious mountain school might be an institution run by the Order of the Word. If you use psionics, they could be an outgrowth of the Fist of Zokin prestige class. Most disciples, however, will have an appeal to players. The class represents an excellent avenue for introducing true name magic into the ongoing campaign by the blending of monk with the true namer class. The Disciple of the Word prestige class appeals to players who like martial arts in the true namer class. The Disciple of the Word prestige class appeals to players who like martial arts and the mysticism often associated with them, while providing interesting combat abilities. This class also offers a means to ground such characters into a campaign and let them develop their abilities through a compelling spiritual journey of self-discovery. The disciples need not be a group committed to improving themselves. Instead, they could be a group that advances their physical combat techniques to breed a powerful army of assassins bent on conquering the world. In this case, evil. Also, you will want to divorce this class from Zokin altogether and replace him with a suitably sinister deity such as Elsinsign of the Mind Flayers, or even Hextor, the god of tyranny. Alternatively, the disciples could become a force for good that emphasizes how striving to perfect the self allows a better understanding of the world, which ultimately distances an individual from evil. In such a case, Hieronymus is a great substitute deity.